Harer nama eva kevalam. Kalo nasteva 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 gatiranyata.
Hare Krishna to everyone, and my Dandavat Pranam to all Vaishnavas, and thank you so much for giving me this again opportunity to repeat what is Srila Prabhupada was giving to us in Srimad Bhagavatam form. And so today we are going to read Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, 18th chapter, text number 21 up to text number 23. So before, I would like to ask, please bless me that whatever I learned from Srimad Bhagavatam or whatever I realizing during this my practice on the bhakti mark, that it would be revealed from my heart by the mercy of all of you Vaishnavas and by the mercy of Shri Guru and Gauranga and Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Shri Shri Gauranitai ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Madhava ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So before starting the Srimad Bhagavatam, I would like to offer my prayers to Guru Maharaj, to Srila Prabhupada, to all Guru Parampara, that by their mercy I would be able to speak something. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Bringa Govinda Swalam Nitya Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swam Nitya Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishe Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Vandeham Shri Guru Shivita Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadbhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakamitamscha Panchatatvakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Svarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Nityananda Mahaunami Sarvananda Karamparam Harinama Pradam Devam Avadhuta Shiromani Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Guru Krishna Maha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we start from the text number 21. Asana saundiramapeta sadvasam Krita pratikaram aharya vikramam Vilakshya daityam bhagavan sahasranir Jagata narayana madi sukaram. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After arriving at the place of combat, Brahma, the leader of thousands of sages and transcendentalists, saw the demon who had attained such unprecedented power that no one could fight with him. Rama then addressed Narayana, who was assuming the form of a boar for the first time. Text number 23 and 22 and 23. Rama vacha esha te deva devanam ankri mulamupeyusam vipranam saurabheyanam bhutanamapi anagasam agaskrit bhayakrit dushkrit asmatradhavaro asura anvesana pratiratho lokan attati kantakaha. Translation. Lord Brahma said, "My dear Lord, this demon has proved to be a constant pinprick to the demigods, the brahmanas, the cows, and innocent persons who are spotless and always dependent upon worshiping your lotus feet. He has become a source of fear by unnecessarily harassing them. Since he has attained a boon from me, he has become a demon, always searching for a proper combatant, wandering all over the universe for this infamous purpose." So we will read purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. There are two classes of living entities. One is called Sura, or the demigods, and the other is called Asura, or the demons. Demons are generally fond of worshipping the demigods, and there are evidences that by such worship they get extensive power for their sense gratification. This later proves to be a cause of trouble to the brahmanas, demigods, and other innocent living entities. Demons habitually find fault with the demigods, brahmanas, and innocent, to whom they are a constant source of fear. The way of the demon is to take power from the demigods and then tease the demigods themselves. There is an instance of a great devotee of Lord Shiva who obtained a boon from Lord Shiva that he had that the head of the whoever he touched with his hand would come off its trunk. As soon as the boon was offered to him, the demon wanted to touch the very head of the Lord Shiva. That is their way. The devotees of Supreme Personality of Godhead do not, however, ask any favor for sense gratification. Even they are offered a liberation, they refuse it. They are happy simply engaging in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Yeah. So this is a very beautiful purport Srila Prabhupada was given to us. And now we know Shivaratri is started. So it's not coincidence, no, that Srila Prabhupada mentioned about the example of the Lord Shiva, who is giving the boon to his devotee. But the Srila Prabhupada explains what is the nature of the demons. So before starting, I would like to speak a little like preface. We know that Jaya and Vijaya, they were doorkeepers of the Lord Vishnu, and four Kumars cursed them for do not allowing them to see the darshan of Lord Vishnu. And that was a plan of the Lord Vishnu. That was his desire to fight. And we know the Jaya and Vijaya, they were cursed by four Kumars and to take birth 3 times in the demon form. And because they choosing if either you take as a devotees, but you have to get birth, I think 12 times, 12 lifetimes, or you choose a three lifetimes, then you can, as soon as possible, you can come back to my abode. So of course they wanted to fast to come back again home, back to Godhead, and again serve the Lord Vishnu. So Jaya and Vijaya, they assume the first birth as a Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. The second one was Kumbhakarna and Ravana. I'm not wrong, right? And the third one was Dantavakra and Shishupala. Yes, Dantavakra and Shishupala. So they took this form of the demons, and because we know the associates of the Lord, they also have that power, that strength, and they're very powerful and strong. So of course that Lord had the desire to fight. We know the Krishna, he has so many rasas. Yeah, he reciprocates with devotees in different rasas, and he loves to be in Vrindavan. He loves all his associates in the form of gopas and gopis and like friends and the parents. Yeah, but here he had a desire to really fight, and that fight should be really fight. It should be powerful fight, and the enemy could only that it should be strong enemy who could face the Lord's strength, that Lord could really twinge his thirst for the fight and enjoy that fight very much. So this is a preface I wanted to speak. And now we will come back to the purport, and as I seen the many verses before where Srila Prabhupada explains that there is a two nature, yeah, there is two classes of the living entities. One first class is asuras, and another class of the living entity is suras, means devatas, demigods, who are more pious and who are always on the righteous path, and they want to always be on the path of worshiping Lord, worshiping his lotus feet and render their devotional service. So Srila Prabhupada explained the qualities of the demons and qualities of the devotees in all these previous purports of same canto, where Hiranyaksha is want to, he found the proper combatant by the advice of the Varunaji, yeah, the god of the water, god of the ocean, that is a proper combatant will be only for you, is Lord Vishnu. So here we can see how Hiranyaksha is so arrogant, and he's pretend himself so powerful. He was powerful that all devatas, of course, they were very frightened, and they will all flee out of the fear from him. No one could defeat him. No one could, it's only Lord Vishnu could defeat him and give him with his mace such wounds on his body and smash, his body and finally kill him. So I would like to speak what I written in my notes, what there Krishna was helping me as in the form of Paramatma to reveal the knowledge within my heart. Asuras. So what is the qualities of the asuras? Asuras always want to have a power to be as a god, and we all, in fact, we all came to this material world, I would say, the qualities of the asuras, because we all wanted to be enjoyers like Krishna himself, to enjoy. And this is a quality of the demons, because they will do every sin and they will overstep of every sin to just enjoy and they will do all sinful activities which only exist in this world to sense gratify them. So we know this place was created from Srimad Bhagavatam, explained that this material world was created by the desires of the living entities who were in spiritual world, who were there with Krishna. We were there with Krishna, but like there is one devotee, Russian devotee, is very famous preacher, Madan Mohan Prabhu, and recently he got a sannyasi status. And he explained one thing: how come we are all so pure, we have all divine qualities, and how come the envy came in the spiritual world, and how this happened? So he explained that first it's out of curiosity. The Lord is enjoying, the Lord is enjoyer. And out of curiosity, we wanted also slightly to know how is the Lord, how is to be enjoyer, how the Krishna is enjoying. So that curiosity slowly becomes envy. And we know that material nature and the energy of Shri Krishna, energy of the Lord are working that way, that immediately that jiva, who has even that thinking in his mind and consciousness, oh, let me try to enjoy like a Krishna, or let me, really feel like I'm a Krishna. So immediately the material energy of, or we'll say internal energy, yoga maya, and then material energy possess that jiva and put into this prison house of this material world. So this all material world is full of darkness, is full of ignorance. Like Srila Prabhupada always mentioned, this is a place for the not gentlemen people. This is a place for the criminals, and this is how we are all in this material world, want to enjoy separate from Krishna, to become Lord, like a Lord himself. So Srila Prabhupada somewhere he mentioned that the last trap of the Maya, when the living entity is thinking that he is God. And in fact, it is so evident even now, these days, in our time, we can see everyone, some of the people, some babas, they pretend themselves as an incarnation of the God, or some maybe presidents, they're thinking who has all wealth which is not even belong to them, and they just rob the country and they pretend themselves as a God, or those billionaires and millionaires who has so much power and money, they also think that they are God. So this is like a subtle enjoyment for the conditioned soul in this material world. And demonic consciousness, when they think my and me, me and mine. That's why the Srila Prabhupada is always saying this false ego has to be purified. Only when this false ego will be purified, this consciousness of the enjoyer, to enjoy in this material world as a God, will be once cleansed forever. Then there is ability again to come back to the pure eternal abode of Shri Krishna and be with him again. And we are so fortunate to be in this moment of Krishna consciousness, just given by Lord Chaitanya, who is so munificent and so merciful and most merciful incarnation of Shri Krishna. Even though we are so fallen, he came to deliver us, and he all the time, look at the look at the quality of Shri Krishna. He is so caring and so protecting. He, even how demons we can be, still his desire is to return us back to him. He's trying all the ways to send his very, very dear representatives, his dear associates or dear servants, to show us path, to waken us up, to take us off this mode of ignorance, to open our eyes. So we always say, no, Om Agyana Timirandasya, Yananjana Shalakaya. I was born in the darkness, but by the mercy, by the mercy of Shri Guru, by the torchlight of knowledge, I will be able to, receive this mercy. So this is a place of darkness, and the demonic mentality, as we understood, as a source of demonic mentality is a false ego. False ego. And by the representatives who gave us this knowledge, thank you, brother. He brought me water. Thank you so much. They are giving us knowledge to become, again, to obtain the qualities of the devatas. Like last time, in the last class, when Gopi Manohar Prabhu for the first time invited me to give a class, so Prabhupada did explain 26 qualities of the devatas. Something happened, excuse me. 26 qualities of the devatas. And it is possible, Srila Prabhupada writes, these qualities can be developed unless if you become a pure devotee of the Lord. Without devotion and following the bhakti mark, the 9 process of devotional service, but it's not, of course, we know 9 process of devotional service. The main process which Prahlad Maharaj mentioned, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. This process, there is 64 more process of items of devotional service. So to obtain the quality of the devatas, we need to really work on ourselves, and it is possible only in the association with the sadhu. Srila Prabhupada, he writes in his commentary, he said, the association with sadhu is needed, because when you associate with sadhu, with the pure devotees, you will develop love for Krishna. And the sadhus, like we take 6 Goswamis, the amazing quality of Sanatana Goswami, amazing qualities of the 6 Goswami. This is an example for us, is like top line where we have to reach and how we can develop the qualities. So the Krishna consciousness is a process of always growing, expanding your consciousness. Expanding your consciousness from my false ego, mine and me, more and more and more, for the love, to expand to the level of the love to Krishna. And once we come to that level, of course, automatically we will love all other living entities. Now these days we can see how actually it's everywhere we can see as the devotees practicing Krishna consciousness. The demons, they want always to increase their army of demonic people. and it's very subtle. The battle between demons and devatas is existing till now. It's still happening till now. Even it's battle between demons and devatas for every soul, or for every soul, So devatas are fighting to bring the soul to the Supreme Lord, and the demons are fighting to make that soul degraded, and that they will be eligible to come to the army. And they're in such illusion that they're thinking, because they don't believe in God and they don't believe in the laws of the Krishna's energy, they don't believe in anything. They are thinking we will have such power that we will overcome the Lord. This is their mentality, and they are trying all different ways, to become more powerful. But this is such an illusion. They don't understand that Krishna, he is a source of everything. And they are in such illusion, like Srila Prabhupada writes in the commentary, that they are in the purport that demons do not like spiritual activity. They are always envious of God and his devotees. So like Brahma, he mentioned in this verse, they're like the Hiranyaksha, he is like a pinprick, pinprick. So they want to be as a pinprick for the devatas, that no one will follow the spiritual path and come back to Krishna. They always want to, make troublesome for other living entities, for their, again, sense enjoyment, for their sense gratification. So Srila Prabhupada in 3.1811 verse, he is writing, demons and atheistic persons can go on insulting the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but they forget that they are subjected to the laws of birth and death. So they are forgetting that they cannot overcome birth and death, and they cannot overcome such powerful energies of the Lord to be independent and to be free from all this, birth and death. And that is their illusion. Now in present time, I know I was like suddenly watch about one person. He was, he was a black magician guy, and he, from the childhood, actually, he was born in the family where his father was also like connected to the Satan, and living in that, in very like, how you say, inauspicious and very like dark kind, if you'll say, like dark deeds, and no one knew what they were doing in their family. But he's saying that finally, I don't know how he revealed this on YouTube. I believe in it. He revealed that the dark forces, they are not inactive. They are very much active. And there is witches, he was saying, there's witches. There's so many black magicians who are working that people will commit some suicide, that people will go mad. So they're using they have some power, of course, of the dark forces. And they are trying to, how I said before, they're trying to increase their army by thinking that our army will be more, we will have more living entities who will slowly overcome the devatas. And then, in fact, there is also was one of like reveal of one person who died, and how we say, clinical death, right? And he was seen there when he was out of the body, and he came to some sphere, and he seen how devatas are angels. He is calling angels, and the demons they're fighting for each soul. He said it's real battle. It's real battle. But he says, unless if you not sold your soul to the Satan, there is a chance for the angels to save your soul. Otherwise, if you yourself by your own will, you sold your soul to the Satan, they cannot do anything. They cannot save that soul. So we are not yet, such subtle things we are not realizing, but this is all is happening and is all existing. And we can see now influence of these dark forces in Kali Yuga, especially. This is Kali Yuga of age of as more sinful activities are happening, and we see how the Mother Earth is suffering from all these activities. Like Hiranyaksha was doing in Hiranyakashipu. And coming back that Earth, Mata, Bhumi, she fell down, and Lord assumed the form of the boar. And Srila Prabhupada, he's mentioning that why he has to assume this form, because the Mother Earth fell into Patala, in the water, where it has to be picked up from the dirty water. So that's why Lord assumed the form. And in purpose, he's mentioned, doesn't mean that Lord is taking the form and taking the form of the boar, and he is not the Lord himself. He is not powerful, but Lord took that form just to pick up from that water the mother Earth. So again, I want to come back to the demonic consciousness, because it's a very vast topic and it's very interesting and very practical. We can see how when COVID time, we can see this behind that. We all know there is some people who wanted to reduce the population, and they created this virus, this coronavirus in the laboratory, and it was done purposely. So we see the mentality of demonic mentality. They want to rule the planet Earth. They want to control the population of the living entities. They are thinking they are God. And then extracting, like Hiranyaksha, he has mentioned Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, they were extracting all the minerals and all the the elements from the Mother Earth, that she lost her balance of gravity of floating in the sphere, and she fell down. So this is what we can see. Obviously now we can see it's happening. Once I was flying from Kazakhstan, Almaty, to Dubai, and besides me was one lady. So we started just talking, and then I asked her, so where do you work? And she said, I'm working in the oil and gas industry. And she said, it's a very interesting thing. She said, when they extract the oil from the earth, on the surface of the earth is a big gigantic holes, and those gigantic holes, they remain for quite long time. So can you imagine? So such a greed of the demons to have that oil, and then to have the money, to have the power. Even we know there are so many engineers, they created cars running on the water, or just and they killed them. They didn't like. So this is what they want. They want to everyone to take under control, and this is what's happening. We are all now depend on the oil. We depend on the petrol to drive our cars. And if there is some car will come with what I don't know, with a water. I don't know if it will happen in future, but these demons, they will not allow. They will not allow, because they really want to enjoy. So I just want to take and read from Bhagavad Gita, the chapter the divine and demonic natures, where Krishna himself speaks. He is saying that, 1 minute. So it is 16 chapter, verse number 12. They believe that to gratify the senses is the prime necessity of the human civilization. Thus, until the end of life, their anxiety is immeasurable, bound by a network of hundreds of thousands of desires and absorbed in lust and anger. They secure money by illegal means for sense gratification. So this is what Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. Yeah, it's so relevant till now, these days. Next verse, Krishna is speaking. The demonic person thinks, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. So much is mine now, and it will increase in future, more and more. Here is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my other enemies will also be killed. So Krishna is explaining the mentality of the demons. I am the Lord of everything, he thinks. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man, surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is no one so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices. I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. So such an illusion of demonic people, they think to enjoy and more enjoy, and think of only sense gratification, and think only me and mine, and so on. Yeah. So I would like to speak how we are on this path we can develop the qualities of the devotees, and how we have to be very, very careful in our dealings with others. Of course, it comes with the maturity of practicing this path in Krishna consciousness, the bhakti path, and the qualities also are going to be purified, our demonic qualities, and developed. So when I think more of others, and when I think of do not give disturbance to others, when I think of the others and put myself into their place, this is a development, expanding of our consciousness. Like Srila Prabhupada, he mentioned the example of the small child. Initially, small child, baby, when he eats, he doesn't think of anyone. He eats and he's trying to just, think of himself. But once he is growing, slowly his consciousness started also developing and growing. He started sharing with others whatever Papa and Mama is giving to him. He started not just me and mine. And look at this, it's me and mine is a root and source. Even the baby and every living entity, he is taking everything for granted. So same way is our consciousness. When we are not in Krishna consciousness, when we are not on this devotional path, you see around the people, they think is everything only me and mine. And there's a self-enjoyment and sense gratification. Means everything should belong to me, and I will not share anything to others. And I always will be envious of others, how much they achieved in material way. So this is a measurement, actually. It's a very animalistic, like Srila Prabhupada writes, animalistic consciousness. Yeah. So we need to really work hard to purify ourselves, and again to obtain the qualities of the devatas. We should start from ourselves, and sometimes I'm thinking that yes, every step what we are doing, every step what we are living, always think, always realize how it's helping me, like Srila Prabhupada says, Yana Kulena, Pratikulena, accept whatever is favorable for me and reject what is unfavorable for my devotional life, for my devotional service. So when I think of others, means my consciousness is more expanded. Of course, it is all connected first to Krishna. Everything is connected to sadhu and shastras and Krishna, Supreme Lord. And this is how I can develop those qualities. It cannot be separated. If it's separate, it's still a level of the karmi, like of the level of the karma kanda. Yeah. So it's still very low level of the consciousness. When the consciousness get purified, then you think you expand. In what way devotees are expand? Devotees are expand, they have so much compassion for all other living entities. I was born in the darkness. By the mercy of Shri Guru, I got this knowledge. By the mercy of Shri Krishna, I got this mercy. And let me go out and let me speak about Krishna consciousness and try to help with the mercy of my Guru, with the mercy of all Guru Parampara, to try to bring even one jiva to this part of the Krishna consciousness, that it will be less people who will suffer in this place of the darkness, of the ignorance. Yeah. So devotees' consciousness are expand, and they go and they preach Krishna consciousness, and their compassion and love is increasing more and more. So like this process is very sublime, and this process is very sweet, because once you tasted that sweetness, then you would like to constantly do, and thus you get more and more purified, because whatever is in touch with the Supreme Personality of God, Shri Krishna, whatever we do, it gets of course very good. It gives a very good result and effect in our devotional life. So I wanted to mention also, there is so much to speak. Expand our consciousness and think of others, our behavior, the way how we deal with others. Like for example, when many years ago it's happened, I think it was in 2002. Before going to India, I and my mom, we stayed few days in the ashram in Kazakhstan. What's happened? Guru Maharaj came to Almaty, and devotees were making renovation of his house. So devotees were looking for some house where Guru Maharaj can stay temporary. And and they look around of our community, they couldn't find any clean place, so they came to us and they asked us, please, because that time mom and me, we stayed in that residence, and they asked, can Guru Maharaj stay in your place? And Guru Maharaj is coming with the guest, and that guest was architect for our future temple, Hemaraj Prabhu. So Guru Maharaj stayed few days in our home, and we had to move from that house. So we stayed in the ashram. So once I was taking bath, and I see in the bathroom there is it's unpleasant to speak, but it's reality. I see in the bathroom there is a hair. And that Mataji who stayed in the ashram there, I asked her, why is it's so difficult to clean that hair? Is like if someone using the bathroom and not cleaning after themselves, and the other person should clean. So that time, of course, I was young devotee, but the way how my mom is trained me, that to think of others and think that there is, like, again, you see, you're not enjoyer. There is no one should clean after you. Better you do yourself. Do not make troubles for others. Think of others. So this is also very like demoniac mentality, I feel, because you think only of yourself. You don't think of others, how they use this washroom after you. So to keep, like Srila Prabhupada teach us by his own personal example, to be clean. And he mentioned also in these 26 qualities of the devotees, to be clean. Means clean, you maintain the cleanness, and cleanness is a sattva guna, is a godliness. Yeah, this is a quality of the devotee, not only outside, not only inside, outside. And I also wanted to mention that, yeah, this is how our consciousness should grow. And I will tell that time when I was child, it was Soviet like training mentality, communist mentality. Actually, it's very beneficial. It was good because in the school we used to always clean the school, the teachers, and they used to make us to learn how to clean school, how to wash floor after when we finish our classes. So we used to do that all service to the school. We used to wash the floor, we used to clean the desk, we used to pour the plants, we used to paint the walls, we used to paint the, everything we used to keep clean. It was like general cleaning, like Lord Chaitanya did, right, in the Gundicha temple. The general cleaning. He engaged all the devotees to clean the temple. So while cleaning outside, we cleanse our heart. Sometimes when devotees come home and I wash dishes after them, the plates, I say, it's good service. I'm cleaning my heart. My heart is getting cleansed from the layers of the conditioning. I clean my heart by clean the paraphernalia of the Lord. This every service what I do, I always render to myself. I'm cleaning my heart. That like this, maybe a small drop, one by one, but that will have effect. And whenever I go, I try to keep that places clean. Even staying in guest houses, I always think that I will leave that room. How I enter in that room with my Prabhu, the same way that room has to be left. Means no hair in the bathroom, means it's neat and clean. That is not that I just enjoy it, I stay in guest house. It's because it's not mine, it's not my property, it's not me, and I can just leave how it is. It's completely dirty. And I feel like devotees should work on it. Devotees should start from themselves. It really helps in our devotional life. And you really, every step you're under control. And like I mentioned before, the dealings with the devotees. There was one example when the one devotee tried to bring another person to the Krishna consciousness. And that person liked Krishna consciousness so much. And he decided to, because he's a bachelor, his family in India, so he decided to move where he used to stay to the devotee's house as a bachelor, to share the bed space. And then suddenly what's happened? Those devotees were every day fighting. So we have to be like always conscious that we will not spoil the reputation of the mission of Srila Prabhupada. Even in front of the new person who is coming to Krishna consciousness, we should always be careful the way how we behave with each other as a devotees. And what fight? Again, fighting again, it's a mode of ignorance, correct? That means we are not yet chanting properly, we are not associating with devotees, and all this, there is no result. What's the point? I come to the program, say Hare Krishna, but what I am doing at home and what I am doing outside, the way how I behave, I have always keep conscious, like Guru Maharaj always saying, he is a perfect gentleman. The way how he is dealing with the people, he always, people feel that you love them unconditionally, you speak to them very gently, you caring of them, and this is the quality of the pure devotee. Not that I'm external Hare Krishna devotee, but inside I'm completely weird and rude and cultureless, and I can do whatever I want inside the house. I behave with my wife the way how I feel, and I don't respect my wife Vaishnavi or my husband, and I just externally come to the program and show that I'm a Hare Krishna devotee. Like last time I mentioned about the Nila Madhava Prabhu, Nila Madhava Alvar, yeah. Like Apsara said, to become Vaishnava, it's not enough to put tilakam. To become Vaishnava is not enough to dress as a devotee. To become Vaishnava, you have to develop your qualities. You have to work on the qualities. And it is quite hard. But let us start from the small things within our house, within our family, within like, about the, you understand my point. So we have to start, and that really helps us to more grow in Krishna consciousness. Yeah, more grow. Once in Mayapur, I remember when early morning we were going for some place, I think Shantipur. Yeah, once in Mayapur. So that time I was 9-5. When it was like around 2005, I think we went to Mayapur. And before I also visited Mayapur, but this time I visited Mayapur with mom and my Prabhu, Braja. And I, in the early morning, like usually, like how is my mentality was, I need to sit and find a place and sit, that no one will take that place because you need to go 1 hour to reach that place. Yeah, from Mayapur, 1 hour, I don't know how many minutes. So another devotee, and then I told him, Prabhu, why don't you come little early, then you will get the seat for yourself. He said, it's okay. He said, it's okay. Let others sit, I will stand. And that struck me. I felt ashamed. And still I remember this incident because this incident helped me. Really, I was like, yes, really, I'm thinking only of myself. That means demonic. You see this still demonic nature in me that I felt about thinking of myself. I didn't think of others. Yeah, me and mine, false ego. Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj is always mentioning this example of 2 dogs. In ourselves, there is also demons and devatas. Always there fighting between, yeah. But we should, by the mercy of Guru, we should overcome this demonic quality. He's saying there is one bad dog and there is a good dog, and they're always fighting. Yeah. Muslims are saying there is Satan from one side and there is angel from another side. So it is true. It is true. This world is full of duality, so everything is dual. We have a demonic qualities and we have a divine qualities. So it's again, Krishna is so merciful. He is giving you free will. He is giving you free will to, choose which path you're taking. Either you're taking the path of darkness, but then for you there is no chance to be ever happy, always suffer, even if how much you be like these demons in illusion. Think, I'm happy, but in fact I'm not happy because I'm not free of the birth and death. Yeah, and even everything is measured by money and wealth. Everything is measured like be as an enjoyer. Yeah, but devotees' qualities, they think, no, let me serve the Lord. This is most sweet. This is more sublime. This is more happy state of the consciousness. Because it's our original consciousness to be as a servant of the Lord, as a part and parcels. We cannot be separated from Him. He created us. He created us that He will reciprocate with every individual jiva. And that is a pleasure for the Lord. That is a pleasure of the Lord. But of course, we need to become so clean, become as a child so clean, to again come back to Him. Not only clean, I mean pure. become so pure that we can come back to him and enjoy that rasa, that, that bhava, the relationship again. And he is waiting for us. He is waiting when I will come back to him, Krishna. And sometimes I think, oh my gosh, Krishna, is it possible that one day I will come back to you? Because since millennium times, lifetimes, I'm in this material world. I'm so covered with the material energy and false ego. And it is so difficult to overcome all these things. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagavan Jiva. The living entity is wandering from heavenly planets to the lower planet system. Guru Kripa, Guru Kripa, Bhakti Lata, Bij. So only by the mercy of Shri Guru it is possible, because Shri Guru is giving promise to Krishna, I will bring this jiva to you. Like Srila Prabhupada said, I will bring to you Krishna. So we should have that faith. We should have that faith that, yes, it is very difficult. Sometimes we think, how it is possible? I'm so small. I'm so insignificant. How can I overcome all these obstacles on my devotional path? But if I have a full faith in Shri Guru and his instruction, it is possible. And of course, by the Lord Chaitanya mercy, when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, direct access to the spiritual body, back to Krishna, because direct contact with the Krishna through his holy name. Direct contact with Krishna. So from this material world to come to the spiritual abode, it will be easy if we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and if we serve Vaishnavas and serve Shri Guru and following all instructions which are given in scriptures, following the path. In fact, the Srimad Bhagavatam is written for us, for the conditioned souls. And Krishna, look at again how merciful he is. He's sending, his dear servants to open our eyes through these scriptures. And here is the example how we should not be like Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, Dantavakra, Kamsa, Shishupala, Ravana. All these are given example for us. Look at the qualities of the demons and how we should not be and how we should not live, and what is the highest purpose. Yato bhaktirat hokshaje, param dharma. Param dharma means you render your unconditional service to adhokshaje, to the Lord. So coming back again, I just wanted to say one thing again, is from my memory. We had in Almaty one devotee, his name was Chitahari Prabhu. He is no more. He's younger to me and he's no more. But when he was young, at that time he was a Sankirtana devotee. So he used to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam on the streets, and he told once his story of Sankirtana. And he was distributing the book of Srimad Bhagavatam with this image of this painting of Varahadeva lifting on his task the Mother Earth. So distributing that book to one lady, she looked at the picture and she asked him, "Who is this?" And he said, "This is the Lord." So yesterday I was listening in the class of Mahavishnu Swami Maharaj. He said, "Lord in the form of the boar." And you know how he is like acting. And can you believe, Lord in the form of the boar? How is it possible? So devotees, of course, they will accept that. Why not? Lord can assume any form. For him is not possible. For him is nothing is possible. How we say in English? I said wrong, right? For him, everything is possible. Yeah. But the demons, they never accept it. They never think in that way. They will think how it is. It's not like it cannot be. It cannot be. The Lord will assume any form. It's not possible. Like we know the story about the cobbler and Brahmana, right? Is any one of you remember the story? If anyone can share. Is any one of you?
Sorry, which story?
About the
Mama?
cobbler, when Narada Muni met the cobbler, and cobbler was a devotee of the Lord,
Yeah,
and he
right.
asked, "Oh, dear Narada, please, can you tell me once you visit the abode of Lord Vishnu, Vaikuntha Loka? Can you tell me what is Lord Vishnu is doing?" Gopi Manohar Prabhu, can you share the story?
Yeah, will do. I think one Jaya has raised her hand. You remember that Jaya?
Hare
Completely?
Krishna
Hopefully,
Prabhuji.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Mataji, I remember that story. The cobbler would ask Narad Muni that what is the Lord doing, and the Brahmin would also ask what is the Lord doing. So when Narad Muni told both of them that the Lord is actually trying to trying to pass the
Pass the
elephant, pass the
yeah.
elephant through the eye of the needle. So the Brahman would say, "It cannot be possible. It is impossible. You are joking with me." But the cobbler would say, "Oh my God, my Lord is so great. How gigantic is the elephant, and see how great is my Lord. He can even do that, and this is only possible by my Lord." So this showed to Narad Muni that who has the chances to get back to the Lord as soon as possible. So they understood that the cobbler will be going after that Janma itself, but the Brahmin will take more time to return to the Lord. This is the story, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Jai Mataji. Thank you. So from this story, we can again see what is devotee's consciousness and what is non-devotee consciousness. Non-devotee will not believe and will not accept the power of the Lord and not enough knowledge who is the Lord, what qualities he has. Yeah, but devotee has a full faith, even it is not imaginable. Yeah, it's not possible to perceive, but devotee have a full faith in the Shastras, full faith in the words of Shri Guru, because we have a knowledge, like Srila Prabhupada is giving us knowledge, that how can we perceive which is beyond our senses, material senses, because we are so imperfect. We have 4 defects, right? We are so imperfect senses. We are in illusion all the time. We have propensity to cheat. And one more. Who will tell one more quality? One more defect. Is anyone can tell one more defect? So I mentioned 3, and there is one more. So again, I will repeat that the first is imperfect senses. Second, to be in illusion. Third is propensity to cheat. And the fourth?
Commit mistake.
Committing mistakes, yeah. Thank you so much, Gopi Manohar Prabhu. So with these 4 defects, how we can understand how this material creation was created, and how the Lord in the form of the boar can, gigantic form, how he can lift on his tongue the mother earth. For devotees, it's like, it's normal. He created all these universes. These small like bubbles are coming from the body of the Mahavishnu on Karana ocean. And he enters as a super soul in every universe, and he enters as a super soul in every living entity. Yeah, he maintained all these creations, and it's nothing for him. And I also wanted to mention, yeah, it was in my mind, so I wanted to cover up is my favorite lila of Gorilla Dvivida, and how Lord Balaram killed Dvivida. And Jiva Goswami in his book, I love to read that book, is like second Srimad Bhagavatam. Jiva Goswami in his book Gopala Champu, he writes this lila. And you know, there is two speakers in the assembly in Nanda Maharaj palace. When the Krishna is there, also Balaram, everyone is listening lilas of Shri Krishna and Balaram. So there is two speakers, Snigdha Kanta and Madhukanta. So one of them is speaking about the story, and then Nanda Maharaj is asking, but how is it possible that Dvivida, he was associate of Lord Rama, and he helped in battlefield with Ravana. How come he becomes such a demon that he started, giving troublesome to the devotees, to brahmanas, taking people, stealing the people, put them in the cave, then they close that cave with the big stone that they will die there inside. He used to uproot the trees. He used to urinate on the sacrificial arenas. He used to do such a nasty things, such a troublesome. He was really pinprick for the devotees too. Like Brahma mentioned, Hiranyaksha was pinprick for the devatas, cows and brahmanas. Yeah. So how come he become like this? And Snigdhakanta, he said, it's because of his bad association with the demon Naraka. He become like this, that he becomes so arrogant, and he was giving so much troublesome to devotees. So this is again another example of another point, I would say, that the bad association, in fact is influencing very subtly. It's not even visible. Very subtly we can really degrade unknowingly, and of course committing the aparat towards the devotees, committing the offenses, not only to the devotees, to every living entity. Like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, to be devotee means you are gentleman. Of course, being in this material world, no one of us is gentleman. This, like Srila Prabhupada said, no, this place is not for the gentlemen. The material world is not for the gentlemen. Material world is for the criminals. Yeah, so we got so much mercy to come out and develop qualities of the devatas. Okay, Hare Krishna. I think I will finish here. So Hare Krishna to everyone. I hope I covered something and I could speak my realization. With your all blessings, dear Vaishnavas and dear devotees. And is any comments or any questions? Please go ahead. Hare Krishna.